What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Civilization 5 Middle-earth Edition, playing as the Hobbits still. And we're doing pretty good, I think. We have a lot of happiness. I mean, look at that. It's pretty good. And that's like aside from the minus 34 we're getting because of our ideology, so it could be close to 100. We have a buttload of money. Really, it's just a buttload. And some pretty good science, which could be a lot more if we were, if we had more cities, but we don't because we're the Hobbits, and having more cities would very negatively impact our happiness, and we don't want that. So this is where we are at right now. We are doing pretty good in, like, most categories, I think. Obviously, approval is very good. Population is very impressive, I'd say, seeing as we only have 3 cities, and we still have more population than, say, Gondor, which is almost unbelievable, but it's true. The elves are the only ones that have a bigger pop. I'm not really sure how they did it, though. I mean, yeah, they have some pretty large cities, so I guess that makes sense. And then, GMP number 2. I'm not really sure how that works, but I guess Gondor just has a lot of markets or something. But we're doing pretty okay. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse, but we're winning sort of the easy victory, you know. Science is always like a very easy thing to do. But maybe that's kind of why I like it. I'm not really sure. Alright, I'm going to shoot you in the face. Boom. Get guys out of here. And then also we've been bribing city-states left and right so we can get more votes. So right now we have 18. And we need about 34 to actually win a diplomatic victory, which I wasn't planning on doing, but it's a possibility for sure. So that's pretty awesome. And that is where we are. Alright, Grand Engineer. Mogadishu changed their mind. Well, why don't we unchange it then? Come back to my side, man. Alright, so we get an engineer. Let's see. We can get the Pentagon, which I don't really care about that much, so I'm not getting it. I guess we could grab the CN Tower or something. That'd be cool. It's like the only wonder remaining, so I might as well grab that as soon as the possibility presents itself. I think I'll just make that in Tookborough, just because that way we will actually have a wonder in every city, world wonder that is, so that'd be cool. And alright, upcoming sesh. Here we go. We're also making the Great Firewall so that tourism will not really impact us that much anymore, which is exactly what we need. Also, if there's noise in the background, that's my neighbors. They're still doing construction. They've been doing it for a very long time, and I imagine they will keep doing that for a while. So, if you ever hear stuff in my videos, then that's what's going on. It just seems silly to stop recording stuff just because you're making a shitload of noise, so I can't really do that. Let's see, an armory. Alright. Yeah. Okay, so we have enough faith to get another engineer. That's pretty cool. Military base. Just go with that. Just go with some easy buildings. I will not be fighting the elves. Thank you for, you know, suggesting it, but I don't want to do that. It seems like a very stupid thing to do. Because they're my neighbors, you know, they're right next to me. It seems a little silly to try and murder them. When I know for a fact they probably have a way larger army than I do. Yep. And number 5, I have the worst army, I have the smallest amount of land, and I have the worst crop yield, which sounds pretty bad, but if you look at my population, it's really not that big a deal. Alright, Apollo program is done for the Witch King. It's good for you. Also, Thranduil, look at that. Looks like everybody in this game is pretty evenly matched, which is interesting because that usually doesn't really happen that much. Alright, and then Hobbiton grew. Yeah, can we just get, yeah, just stop working that, just get in the stock exchange. This tile is awful. And I'm not really sure why my workers are not improving it, because really they should. They really, really should do that. Alright. So what I want to do now is I want to get free thoughts. I'll just go with this one. We're going to get scientists a little bit quicker. It's not a very good policy. I mean, I don't really care for it that much, but, especially this late into the game, like, it's not that big a deal anymore. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, I suppose. Let's just get a, yeah, let's get a hotel. I don't really care. Just trying to get, we're not really gonna try to win a cultural victory. I don't think that was ever the plan with this game. I think I started going for diplomatic, and then I changed my mind really early on, so... Tookborough is at 30. That's good. I have some really large cities now. Yeah, I don't really care about that 4 gold that much. So just work that instead. Yeah, no, you know what? Work this. That's a good one. And we officially broke the 1,000 signs thing. Sydney Opera House, we can get that. Ooh, free social policy. Yeah. Yeah, alright. Yeah, we can get that. Okay, let's do that. We're getting that. I changed my mind. CN Tower, not bad, but I kind of want this one as well, so... Let's just make it. Maybe we can still get the CN Tower. At least we're on the ocean. So, I know that they're probably not going to be able to make it in Gondor or anywhere like that. Great Firewall is constructed, so we completed that. We also completed the Sydney Opera House, which means we get more culture. Signed delegates. Yes, I would like my religion to be the world religion. That'd be cool. I am into that, and I want to get free thoughts. Because that's like another 100 signs per turn, which is pretty good right now. Alright, Capital City gets CN Tower. Because if it still does what it used to do, which it does, you get free broadcast in all cities, we already have that. Plus 1 population in each city for free, which is pretty cool. I think that's worth grabbing, just because it will give us more of everything, really, so... I want to go ahead and just grab that. Alright, both of them have passed. Me and the elves pushed through my religion, and citrus is no longer banned, which means I get more happiness. And I have 20 votes, because I am the head of the world religion, which is pretty cool. Now, what I want you guys to make is, you know what, you didn't get any wonders, just make the Pentagon. You guys deserve a wonder in your life. Bomb shelter, I don't really care about that. Let's make an armory. Let's get some of that stuff set up. Citrus for 3 gold per turn. That is a terrible, terrible offer, dude. I am not doing that. Alright, you're crazy. Malacca wants a trait route. Maybe we can set that up. Where are they located again? Down here? Yep, here they are. You know what? That should be a possibility. I'll just go ahead and buy a caravan right here. And let's get another cargo ship because I have the money anyway. So let's just, you know, put those dudes to work. New research agreement. The elves and Angmar. Oh, good for you guys. I don't really... Mogadishu? Yep. That's a lot of money right there. Alright, so who wanted the deal? Malacca. Boom. There you go, buddy. Just make sure you tell your friends. Also, Vilnius. We need 42. Yeah, I'll take them. I will take them. I have a lot of money. So I can just do that. Alright, Pentagon's being made. Alright, get a caravanserai. I guess that might be useful in some ways. I'm not really sure what ways that would be. But it could be good. Alright, so Malacca's now happy. I have pretty much all city-states in the game in my pocket, except for 2. Which I could just buy, but I'm going to save up some money and get there. Military Academy, sure, get that. We have so much money now that we can basically give 1,000 gold to city-states every 2 turns, you know, and nobody's going to beat that. Nobody. Except for maybe Gondor. Oh, look at the elves. They're also earning a lot of money. Well, that's good for them. Northern Mirkwood. Yep, keep that up. That is a lot of money. Tookborough. You know what? That's pretty good tile. I shall allow you to work it. Okay. And then when we get to CN Tower, we're going to get some even bigger cities, which is cool. This is definitely my new record. Wait, what did you make? The Pentagon. Come on, dude. I was making that. At least I get some more free money out of it, which is cool. But, kind of a bummer. Definitely kind of a bummer. Alright, get a shrine. It's not like it really matters anymore, but sure. Just grab that. And we're kind of out of wonders to make. Thranduil's plotting against Witch King. I don't really care. The Shire has grown. Oh man, are you kidding me? We're out of good tiles. Now we gotta work this stuff. I mean, there's no options left, really. We just gotta do it. We gotta do it. Bomb shelter, constabulary, sure, got that. Make it tough for people to steal my stuff. You guys should probably make an arsenal, because they're kind of in the line of fire. If the elves or Gondor attacks, then this city is probably going to be the first to get blasted, so... Not super happy about that. Alright, cargo ship, keep trading. Hobbits and Gru. Yeah, that's a terrible tile. Sadly, we're out of options. We got nothing else to do there. Man, it's a bummer. That's never happened to me before. I've always had, like, good tiles to work. And now that's ruined. Alright, just give me sugar. Whatever. I mean, that's fine. Aragorn is plotting against me. Why would he do that? We're total buddies. We're totally cool. Alright, no longer cotton for gems. Let's get that trade back up, dude. I guess he now has his own source of gems from somewhere. Alright, let's make some music here, which we cannot hear. But that doesn't mean it's bad. Revolutionary waves still being influenced by Angmar. Interesting. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Can we just get some music up in here? Can you swap music? You cannot swap music. That is a genuine bummer. Different eras, but the same civ. They're both information era. Are you kidding me? I'm not ever going to be able to get any other music. I am so screwed. Alright. Gold from science buildings. I'll take that because I have a lot of science buildings, so... Seems alright. Police station? Yeah, okay. Just get a tank. You know, we got some oil. We might as well just get some troops. If Gondor really is plotting against me, we might as well build up an army to defend against it. And the CN Tower is done. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. We did not need it, but, you know, we have it now. Alright. That's a pretty good tile. You can work that. You have my permission. Shire, probably... Yeah, working that tile. And then we got someone... I don't even know. 46. I mean, it's pretty crazy. What a number. And we can't put anyone anywhere else. This is it. Are you kidding me? We just have a useless dude sitting there now. That is so sad. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's not much we can do. So... That sucks. Alright, get the National Visitor Center. Get a military, maybe a stadium or temple. Let's get a military base. Alright, Vilnius wants culture, and they'll get it. They will get their culture. Also, we're gonna get mechanized infantry real soon. Let's just hope that, Aragorn, oh god, he's got a lot of technology. I don't know how he's doing this, but... Home Guard. Look at you. Man, this mod is just breaking the game. Different eras, different civs. Alright, so I could go with... Swap Great Works, Art. Alright, so I'm gonna trade you for that. I'm gonna trade you for that. And theming bonus. That's it. Same era, same civ. Are you kidding me? Come on, dude. Oh, man, we need one more musician, and we need him bad. Well, we don't really need him bad, but we could use him. We could definitely use him. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and vote for myself, if that's no problem. I hope that's okay. 22 votes, pretty good. And after this election, which will fail, we're gonna get 2 more votes, which is cool. And I'm gonna go ahead and buy a medical lab. In the capital. Yeah, not much else I can do. That's it. All I can do now is... Why would I do that? That's a terrible deal for me, man. I'll give you gems for marble. You want my uranium? Well, you're not getting it. You know what? I don't even need you anymore. I got enough happiness to deal with my own problems. You are not needed. Alright, make a proposal. Embargo? No, let's not do that. We're International Space Station. Except if Gondor wins this one, that could be a problem. Arts funding, sciences funding, historical landmarks. I don't even have any of those. Well, I guess, yeah, I do have some academies and whatnot, but... Alright, let's put it in there. At least Gondor will like it, so he might like me a little bit better. Alright, go over there. So now we have 24. 24. We can get up to 28 if we get the other 2 city-states, but aside from that, there's not much we can do. Let's see. No. Let's not do that, Mordor. Terrible offer there. Alright, mobile tactics. We have our very own tank. That's very nice. Alright, you can get upgrades, like, pretty much for free. So, I have a pretty good army now, I'd say. I just hope that we can still win this game, because that could be a disappointment, seeing as there's no way I can really outclass Gondor right now. They just have way more cities, way more science, way more everything because of those cities, so... If I lose this, that would be a little embarrassing. Let's see, missionary, great prophet, atomic bomb. Yes, please. Alright, let's see if we can convince someone. Alright, who has the biggest army? That would be Gondor. Alright, how about you declare war on Sauron? Alright, so he's willing to do it. You know what? I will give you these 2 luxuries for it, and I'll give you like 5 gold per turn. 12. 15. He wants my coal. He'll give me uranium. How much coal do I have? I have 9. That's actually... Okay, I'll take it. This way, it will keep him distracted. And this could be a very interesting war to enjoy. So, we'll see what happens here. I'm looking forward to it. I got a lot of free uranium. So that's pretty cool. Aragorn completed the cockpit. I already completed that a while ago, so... We're still good. Alright, great scientist has been born. Where is that? Oh, here we go. It's under here. Alright, Kepler, just give me your science, please. And I'll go ahead and just buy a booster. And I'll go ahead and I'll just buy a booster. And I'll just go ahead and buy a booster. Because I have a lot of money. I have like 8,000 gold, so... Pretty sure that Aragorn will not be beating us this time. I think we got this in the bag. Alright, chill out. Especially since he's about to fight a war with Sauron. I do not see him taking the time to make all the spaceship parts or come over here and kill me. That's not gonna happen, I imagine, so... We're probably good. No, I don't need that. That makes no sense to me. Public opinion went up. Okay. He has nukes. I don't like that at all. Even though I have nukes also, but come on. You can't just threaten to use your nukes, man. That's just nuts. It's nutty. Alright, here we go. All the boosters are in there. Soon we're gonna have the engine. And all we need then is the stasis chamber, and we will be done. Which is pretty sweet. Alright, let's see. We got a whole list of things we can make. Yeah. Alright, let's get a bomb shelter. They're threatening right now, and I'm not into that, so... To protect my stuff, I will be getting some bomb shelters. Obviously, I have my own nuke on the way, but... Oh, he made his first booster. Interesting. Alright, trade with Aragorn has ended for a little bit. Just trade with Ragusa again, you're good. Alright, let's see. Temple, a constabulary, nuclear plant. I guess you could just get a nuke. You have a lot of uranium now, so we might as well take advantage of that and make a buttload of nukes. So that when the elves do attack, which they might, they have 2 uranium. Oh, there we go. They have another 2 uranium, so they have about 4 uranium, I imagine. Whoa, hello. Look at that. I did not know there was uranium over there. Alright, so I guess we have some extra soon. Which is great. Where is this guy gonna work? We're completely out of options again. I don't know what to do. I've never had a city this big. It's crazy. It's pretty gross. Alright, caravan, trade with, who will get me the most gold? Yeah, that would be Misty Mountains. Alright, just keep that up. Just keep that up. That's good. We don't really need to focus on production too much because I can just buy all the spaceship parts as soon as the possibility comes along. Which is exactly what I'm doing, so... Exotic. Alright, so we're rising a little bit here and there. Civil resistance, but it's starting to go down a bit, although Angmar is still influencing me. But I overtook them pretty big in terms of tourism, so... If anyone's going to win a cultural victory, that might just be me. Although that will take way too long, so that's not going to happen at all, but... You get my point. Alright, Malonga doesn't need my help. We're going to get another scientist, which is just beautiful. Alright, we should be able to do this real quick. Alright, great scientist was born. Isaac Newton, you're a bit late, buddy. You are a bit late. Alright, go to Tuckborough. Because they are the closest to Elvish territory. Oh, they hate me. They do not like me. Is anyone afraid of me? Gondor, are you afraid of me? No, you're friendly. Hostile. Friendly. Okay. I was hoping at least someone would be a little scared of me, but nope. Alright, just get some more infantry. There's nowhere else to go here. We just gotta get an army. Just the one thing remaining for us. The elves have the biggest army now. Look at that. Alright, particle physics is done. Which means I will go ahead and go, boom! Engine is done. We're gonna go for nanotechnology. Alright, this is the last stretch. Boom. Alright, so in about 8 turns, we should be able to finish this spaceship. Okay. Yep, just chill out, Nuke. Hobbiton has grown. Again, we have nowhere to put this guy, so... We've got some unemployed dudes walking around. You found my proposal troubling. Wait, how is it troubling? I just suggested that we get some historical landmarks. I actually like this one as well, because that will allow us not to use any nukes. Oh, he made his booster. Well, good for him, but he's probably not going to beat me. Wait a minute. Alright, let's back up for a minute. I knew it. I knew I had it in me. Alright, we got rationalism, which means free tech, which means we get nanotechnology anyway, so we're fine. I didn't even need to do that. And now the engineer is blocking my space. Alright, let's go with that. Let's just go with that. Whatever, it's over. It's over. Lasers. Let's make a stasis chamber, even though I'm gonna buy it anyway, so do not do that. Just get that. Yep, definitely want to make some of that. Alright, so the plan with the engineer was probably pretty okay, but I was a bit too late there. And then also we're finishing this game way too late. Alright, boom! Lasers. They both pass, so we do not get to use any nukes. Shire has grown to 48. Why do I care about this again? Yeah, can you buy the stasis chamber? Spaces chamber. That sounds cooler. Alright, get another scientist, because it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. And that's why you save up faith for an entire game. So unless Mordor, or I mean Gondor wins the game now, then we are going into space, bitches. Cannot stop these nasty hobbits from going to space. There it goes. Turn 404. Alright, so you can click go beyond Earth, but that would make no sense. Hobbits do not belong in space, guys. Do not do that. He had a lot of technology. I'm not sure what he was doing there, but he messed up. Alright, let's look at the replay here. Graphs. Alright, so I was the brown one. This is score. Obviously, I didn't have a very high score. I knew about that. City connections, not that high. Deals, not super high. Culture per turn. I was super low, and then suddenly I went boom. And I just caught up to everybody, which is pretty cool. Happiness? Yeah. I took care of business right around here. That was pretty great. Let's see. Food per turn. I'd like to think I just did pretty good throughout the entire game. Gold per turn. Yeah. Nobody was beating me, except Gondor at the last, like, second. Golden Age turns, we had a lot of those towards the end. Not that important. Military might. Very low. Very low. The elves probably could have crushed me if they had the balls to do it. And from this point onward, you can see that Gondor really had some amazing science. Workers. I just had like 3 throughout most of the game, I think. Alright, look at the map. Wait, what's going on here? What is that? Is that like supposed to be an island or something? It looks weird. Man, look at everybody growing, except for me. Alright, so Gondor and the elves pretty much swallowed the goblins. That's pretty cool. How do you already have like 6 cities by turn 118? That's way too early. Come on, I still have 1 city and they have like 5. At least the elves were like pretty stable. They were playing pretty normally, I'd say. Man, that's weird. Alright. So that's the end of the game. Stealth, yay. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it here. It looks like someone just destroyed another city-state or something. Not really sure what happened there. I can't really launch the usual nuke at the end of the game because of the nuclear proliferation thing. So that will not be happening. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the game. I will be starting a new one pretty soon. But I want to get some more practice in, and I will probably not be playing with mods because while I do enjoy it, this mod was really crazy. I mean, just the behavior of the NPCs was super weird. My religion was spread throughout the entire world pretty much without me even doing anything, so I'm not really sure what happened there. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was pretty fun. I think some of you guys enjoyed it as well. I hope you did. But I will be starting a new series pretty soon, but I just want to get some more practice games in before I really get started. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully, if you only know me from Civ, you might want to check out some of the other series that I have going on. And, I'm just going to leave it there. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate the support as always, and I'll talk to you later.